Nigeria's Accountant General in trouble over missing 400 billion naira. This may not be the best of times for Nigeria's Accountant General, Ahmed Idris, as he has been queried over under-reporting of 400 billion naira overdraft by the federal government. This was disclosed when the Auditor General of the Federation, Anthony Eyine, submitted his 2017 audit report to the National Assembly recently. Other infractions the report noticed include errors in the operation of TSA, an improper inclusion of TSA suspense balance as investment income, as well as the Accountant General's inability to explain inadequate disclosure of aids and grants amounting to 6.6 billion naira. We relied on the third-party account balance confirmation provided by CBN alongside the balance contained in the Statement of Financial Position to arrive at the following findings. There was a net overdrawn bank balance with MDAs in the sum of 400, 341, 840, 719.24 billion naira as at 31st December 2017. A further examination of the books revealed that 15 accounts had debit balances that means assets amounting to over 2.5 billion naira, while 4 accounts had over 2.9 billion naira as credit balances signifying liability, the report read in part. It further revealed that the overdrawn balance of the federal government per CBN as of December 31st, 2017 stood at 2.4 billion naira. A comparison of the names of accounts listed in the financial statements and those shown in the CBN account balances confirmation letter indicates that there are 19 accounts, while the CBN list acknowledged only 4 accounts. From the 4 accounts, 3 were found to correspond with the financial statement. However, there was a difference between the CBN figure and the balance in the financial statement in respect of OAGF cash transit, treasury single accounts, and recurrent accounts in the sum of 2.5 million naira. There was also a TSAE collection account in the CBN statement, but this was not shown in the financial statement. On the Accountant General's inability to explain inadequate disclosure of aids and grants amounting to 6.6 billion naira, the report said there was no information about the donors or the recipients' MDAs to verify the occurrence, accuracy, or completeness of the transaction. So guys, I'm sure that this thing will not be new to a lot of people, because in as much you are going to be using the same system or the same pattern, and you expect different results, this is what you are going to be getting. This issue of fighting corruption here and there, it's not going to, most especially going through this crude way, it's not going to help matter. The reason why this fight against corruption is not really working well is that what they need to do, their system to be put in place, because definitely corruption will still be going on. The only thing is that if you are not in their good record or their good book, that is when they will be exposing you. But if you are in their good book, nothing will happen to you. When you are not in their good book, that is when they will be looking for all manner of avenues to even work against particular set of people, those particular sets of people. If you don't use the technological measures to go through all of these things using the same crude way, people will be having their way. Definitely they will be having their way. We have heard about corruption, a lot of things going on under this present administration that is said to be fighting corruption. But what people have been saying is that put the risk system in place that will be checkmating. But they will not want to do that because they don't want to go digital. They don't want to go to, to the extent of what they really, what it ought to be. So that no matter how smart you are, because if you think you are smart, the people you are working with, if the government, is smarter, they will tell you that they are smarter than them. But everything is just a free fall. These ones are just a little money that we are even hearing about. Anytime they say money is missing, definitely money will be missing. The only thing they will tell you is that they are going to set up committee. That is their language. They are going to set up committee or to look into that. But one thing that is certain and that is sure is that money has already, money is somewhere and it's not in the coffer of the government. It's somewhere, but they will be talking here and there, oh, this and this and that, and a lot of people are suffering. Why can't you put system in place that will curb all of these things instead of going through the crude way of doing things and you expect things to move on? Because in as much you are not going to put the right system in place to checkmate all of these things, there will be connivance, there will be conspiracy. Definitely there will be conspiracy. Just like I said, if you are not in their good record, they will go after you. If you make any mistake, they will go after you. But if they are paddy, you will see that they will sweep everything under the carpet. By the time you trace, if they really want to go through all of this, by the time you trace all of this, you will see that majority of those people around that place will be involved. But once they now know that maybe some people, some big wigs are involved, before you know it, everything will be swept under the carpet. Everything will be swept under the carpet. So we have IDP camps. We have people who are just on the streets, who don't even know what future holds for them, who don't even know where the next meal will come from. Meanwhile, the little resources that will be on ground, some people will squander it. Story upon story, stories upon story, stories upon story. The other time, the emir of Kano, when he was the CBA governor, he cried out that some money were not accounted for. Before they knew it, before you could say Jack Robinson, the man is out of the whole place. But up till now, they've not been able to see the money. The money is still missing till today. How many years ago? Up to today, the money is still missing. They will sweep the whole thing under the carpet. And some people will come and be telling you this and that. Let us unite together. Let us work together as a people. Like I always say, is it the man on the street that want to make policy, or that will put the proper system in place so that will checkmate all of these things? Even our electoral process, they don't want to do the needful. They don't want to do the right thing. Those who do not want to do the right thing, are they the ones that you think that they want to really fight corruption in the recent of it? Are they ready to fight corruption? As at today, we don't have a system that we know. We have a biometric of everybody. No, everything is just done halfway. They will tell you, oh, let everybody come and get what is it called, national ID card. Let them do BVN. Another tomorrow they will bring another thing. We don't have a one system that will be able to take care of all of those things. We don't have. They don't want to do it. To a very large extent, the banking system in this country, to a very large extent, of course, we know that they say they are still doing their own they are still playing their own games. But if really we want to go in that line in banking sector, they've been able to a very large extent, they've been able to have a structure that that can really go, that even international bodies can really have access to, or they can even relate to. If the banking system can really work, which is really more organized, why is it that when it comes to biometric, when it comes to all other things, we are not there? We still want to be going and be voting the crude way just because they want to manipulate. That's an issue of biometric. They will not want to do it. Why is it that people will give birth? The only thing they will see people still be carrying paper, even if you want to carry paper, but let it be documented. Let's they have a server even for birth certificates of children. But no, they will not do that. You see everybody here and there. His system, even the system is not even organized. No good hospital. Some people just go to all this tradomedical stuff, all these traditional people. They will give birth there. Nobody will take account of what will happen there. Even the people who are in charge of that tradomedical hospital or clinic, as you may call it, they will not even report it. Just like that. How will you now know how many people we have? How do you know how many people are going out? How many people are coming in? So the whole thing is just like that, honestly. So money will continue to be, there will be money will continue to be missing, as much they will not do the right thing. And as we are hearing this one, before you know it, it will just end there. You not hear about it again. Just like the case of this man, the emir of Kano, Sanusi, who was the CBN governor, when he cried out up to today, what have they been able to see where the money went to? No, the money developed legs, developed wings, and flew to unknown destination. Someone says, no wonder he was pretentiously compelling all to enroll on IPPIS so it could be seen as clean, with thus the authenticity of IPPIS is even more doubtful. Fowler has left. We are watching to see what PMB would say to the Accountant General. Best ever Accountant General in the history of Nigeria. All misleader will bury their face for shame. Hope my money is not among because me I no go gree. Someone say this is the same insisting that all workers must join IPPIS so that there will be enough money to steal. And Nigerians are going about suffering, hungry, and dying on the roads. God will judge all those people putting Nigerians under hardship in the midst of a plenty. No, they will still tell Nigerians, oh, you have to sacrifice, you have to be patient. A room is not built in a day. The government is not magician. That is what you are going to be hearing. Nothing will come out of it after settling Alibaba and the 40 thieves. It's not any trouble after CBN escaped a similar one. Some say that's how Aboki are misusing Nigeria money. One day they will tell us what they do with all the money. Me, I don't want to hear anything. Tell Nigerians who took the money or you pay. Shikena. Someone say Nigeria civil servants with series of fraud. Kai, Oga, go and bury yourself. Please, or go and defend yourself. Need to do that. So, guys, what do you think about this whole thing? Leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much for always